We've got brand new Space Marine Successor Chapters. All the information that we're about to go through is taken from the latest White Dwarf magazine. Inside of it, some of the design team have made their own Successor Chapters, and some of the results are absolutely wild. Lore implications off the charts. Let's jump in, let's look at them, and let's get waffling. So let's jump in and let's start with the first chapter, and that is Keepers of the Chalice by Connor, who's an heavy metal painter over at Games Workshop, and he says his chapter, there is a suspicion amongst certain inquisitors that the Keepers of the Chalice conceal heretical degeneracy amongst their ranks, though none have ever yet secured proof. For their part, the chapter's battle brothers do seem at pains to hide hints of some dark secret of this sort, and the chapter appears either to have lost or never possessed records concerning its progenitors. However, its warriors evince a hatred of chaos and warp corruption, going out of their way to exterminate such heresy. Root and branch, they favor saturation with flame weapons and absolutely furious close assaults in the prosecution of such wars, firm in their conviction that any collateral damage caused by such an approach is justified entirely, purge the taint of the warp. So these guys, basically, they're being accused, maybe, about being chaos infected, but they're going out their way to purge chaos. Maybe they do have a dark secret inside their ranks, and they're purging chaos to keep the Inquisition off their back. This is just one of the new chapters in this book, and it goes even insaner from here. Next up are the Illuminators by Gavin, also a heavy metal painter over at Games Workshop, and he says an Ultramarine Successor Chapter, the Illuminators' homeworld is far above the galactic plane in the Halo Zone, so this is really distant out there. Though the density of the star and their attendant planet is less in these regions, the Illuminators says that this only means that there are more shadows for the heresy to hide in, and that is their duty to illuminate the darkness and so give their foe nowhere to hide. Their chapter's culture is heavily influenced by their homeworld, Samothar, where the local tribes worship the Emperor as a sun god. Really cool. The chapter thus believes that they carry the light of the Imperium to the furthest reaches of the galaxy, and they have forged a strong bonds with several prominent rogue trader houses in the process. You can see the chapter color scheme there, the yellow, they want to be Imperial Fist, Sons of Dawn. I don't blame the Ultramarines. Technically, they all want to be Sons of Dawn. I do love the blue black pack. I love the white shoulder pads, the white helmet. Even the chapter symbol is really, really cool. Like the wings and the yellow diamond. Really, really nice. I think it all blends together perfectly. I absolutely love some of these new Successor Chapters now that are appearing officially in the White Dwarf magazine. Next up, we have some love for the Raven Guard. Yes, another successor for them, and these are the Penumbral Talons. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Penumbral Talons, yes. And it states, much like their parent chapter, the Raven Guard, the Penumbral Talons are mastered of armored ambush. Using small forces, they lure their enemies into traps before pouncing on them with organized formation of tanks, gunships, and infantry mounted in armored transports. However, they are not well liked by other Imperial forces, as they have a reputation for using their allies as the unwitting bait in their ambushes. My oh my, typical Raven Guard. Such duplicity would ordinarily be frowned upon and perhaps even censured, yet the Penumbral Talons are deemed highly effective, not at least because their practices seizing captives from the foe and interrogating them mercilessly to gain intelligence, which to plan further ambushes. So basically these guys are like the cat and the mouse. They're luring enemies into a big trap, and they're using it with you. You are the bait in this trap. If you die, you die, but your death serves a greater cause for the Imperium, as every death for the Imperium serves a greater cause. Right? And moving on to some of the other chapters in this book, they don't really have like proper artworks like the other ones we've just discussed, but they're all painted and they all look cool. Some have some really awesome information. Some have some heretical information about them, but I'll let you judge. Are they loyal? Are they not loyal? First up are the Knights Encarmine, by a chap called Ed. I don't know where he works. Maybe he's a heavy painter. I'm not too sure. You can see it in the background right now. It says the Knights Encarmine adhere to an obsessive chivalric code and throw themselves into the most dangerous of war zones. Their heraldry is a blood chalice and the fleur-de-lis created using the Grail Knights decal from the Bretonnia transfer sheet. This evokes the classic imagery of crusading knight while also bringing in an element of their blood angel heritage. So confirmation that this is a Blood Angel Successor Chapter. You can see the decal there. I think it looks really, really nice. I love the color scheme. The black, the red helmet, the hints of red through the black, the white pauldrons, the gold. It works. It absolutely does work, and it does look fantastic. I would love to know more about this chapter. And next up, we have the Mortui Malleorum. Hopefully, again, I'm not butchering that. I probably butchered it. And this gets very, very spicy. First thing, I absolutely love the color scheme. And it says, it's believed that the Mortui Malleorum were founded in the wake of the Horus Heresy. Their numbers drawn from loyalist black shields, their gene seed known only to the Inquisition. They spill their blood, cleansing the galaxy of the taint of chaos. Their freehand symbol depicts a rising sun, the meaning of which is closely kept secret of the chapter. So these guys, they have some secrets about them. I think these guys would give the Dark Angels a run for their money. I really do love the idea that Black Shield, so you can come together and say, right, we're just a big mix of different chapters. Things have gone wrong in certain chapters. We've relinquished our parent chapters, and there's a chapter founded of this now. It sounds cool. It sounds awesome. The color scheme, there's so much you can actually do in terms of lore for this chapter. I love little things like this in the Warhammer 40,000 lore, where it's not all like, I'm from Dawn, I'm from Guilliman, right? We do this, we do that. These guys, they have some secrets, and they're just out to absolutely pound chaos. And if you thought that was weird, then hang on to your pants, because it looks like we have Salamander word bearers. Yes, more Salamander word bearers. So in the background right now, you can see Drake's Radiant, a new successor chapter. That says the Drake's Radiant are a Salamander successor chapter. They are currently under inquisitorial investigation due to their fanatical, so I can't even say the word, fanatical dedication to an ever-burning fire known as the Perpetual Flame. They spread the Emperor's divinity using the unique flame-based weapons, such as the blade wielded by this captain. You can see, like, his blade's on fire, there's chalices burning, there's a lot of flame, there's a lot of fire. Again, these guys, they sound like word bearers to me, just in Vulcan's colors, right? You know, they're bringing the word of Vulcan, not the word of Lorgar. Is they wrong? Is it wrong to bring the word of Vulcan? He seems like a nice Primarch, right? He wouldn't ever do any harm to any Eldar children. He just wants to bring the love to the galaxy. Moving on to the next chapter, which of course are the Sons of Dawn. We can't have a video of new successors and not have more Sons of Dawn. These are called the Fervid Blades, and it says the Fervid Blades are a chapter of the Ultima Founding and successors of the Imperial Fist. Tom says, who made this, my vibrant red, yellow, and black color scheme is partially inspired by the second edition Blood Angels color scheme. For the chapter symbol, I use a salamander decal from the Space Marine transfer sheet and overlaid them with red swords from the transfer sheet provided with this issue. I think it looks great. I think it looks nice. I don't think... No, yes, we do have one other red successor chapter, and that is the Red Templars, but there's no crosses on them. It's literally a fleur-de-lis. So it's nice to see more vibrant colors come to the Imperial Fist. It's normally just like, you know, dull colors that we get, apart from the, you know, the glorious yellow of the Imperial Fist. It's more like toned down grays and, you know, silvers and stuff like that. So it's nice to see some bright red, yellow, flaming chapter symbols like that. Really, really like it, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. Another one that stood out to me is this one in the background, the Swords of Guilliman. Really cool color scheme. Kind of reminds me of the Minotaurs in a way. It says the Swords of Guilliman are the Ultramarine Successor Chapter that specializes in surgical strikes, which often result in major collateral damage and high casualty rates. These guys just go in, they ball. They go in. We don't care who dies. As long as the enemy dies, we win. Which results in high casualty rates, as I stated. Because of this, they choose to fight in the most desperate war zones to avoid friction with the wider Imperium. Their symbol is a transfer taken from the Horus Heresy Ultramarine sheet. I think it works perfectly. The Gladius, the Ultramarine symbol, it symbolizes what the sons of Guilliman are. These are the swords of Guilliman, the sword of Ultramar, right? And the Ultramarine symbol. Really cool, awesome color scheme, as I stated. And they also have a little, dramatic history and how they engage stuff. So yeah, it works brilliantly. And there's a lot more of these successor chapters inside of the White Dwarf magazine. I just took the ones that I really liked in there. Now, some people have said to me that these technically are not official successor chapters. I see them as official successor chapters. If they're made by people inside the Warhammer studio, if they've been given the lore, if they've been given the time of the day to be publicized like they have done in the White Dwarf magazine, I see these as official. Maybe people will still disagree, but everything I've spoke about, I see as official chapters now. This is the type of stuff that I want in Space Marine codexes. This is the type of thing that would be missing in the new Space Marine codexes. Remember back in the day when they used to just give us pages of new successor chapters with little blurbs of lore like this? We used to lose ourselves saying, oh my god, this is awesome. This is amazing. Look at all this new thing that's coming out. What, these guys are like Sons of Dawn, the Sons of Guilliman, and they're acting this way? We simply don't get that anymore. So it's great to see that we're getting something like this in a publication from Games Workshop. The latest White Dwarf magazine. I haven't picked it up myself yet, but I'm definitely going to go out today and go and pick it up and get this decal sheet. There's also a big poster in there and stuff like that. Go and check it out. There's a bunch of awesome chapters in this brand new White Dwarf magazine. That's enough waffling from me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Big shout out to Canny, D-Hart, and all the other people that sent me all these pictures that you've been seeing in the background of the video. You guys are absolute legends. Thanks for coming again. Thanks for watching. I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback. Do you like these chapters? Do you hate these chapters? Do you have your own successor chapter? Post it down below. I'm having a nice little chin wag about it down there, as we always do. See ya. Have a great day, evening, night, way around the world, and bye-bye.